All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the journey of Lucas, a street musician whose life literally maps out a universal blueprint for success. We're looking at a story here that is equal parts emotional and highly instructional. It's about a young man whose journey from the pavement to global stardom gives us this massive, actionable framework for hitting our own goals. Now, our entire analysis is really framed by one absolute core truth. Dreams don't care where you begin. And I love this because it totally strips away all those common excuses we make, right? About our background, our lack of funding, or not knowing the right people. Your starting point does not dictate your finish line. This is the bedrock of Lucas's story, and it's the exact foundation of the blueprint we're going to explore today. Section 1. Dreams begin anywhere. So we set the scene on a bustling city square with Lucas, a 20-year-old singing on the streets. He's out there performing alongside his funny, fiercely loyal best friend Ben, who plays the guitar. And look, they're dealing with real poverty here. They are quite literally saving every single coin they make. The source material actually gives us this great little moment where Ben jokes that, hey, at their current rate, it'll take them 200 years to buy a palace. But honestly, despite that bleak financial reality, Lucas just laughs it off. He performs every single day with immense, undeniable passion. His drive to inspire the world completely overrides his circumstances. And this illustrates a absolutely crucial difference in perspective. On one side, you have external cynicism, represented by this wealthy passerby who literally laughs at Lucas, telling him he'll always just be a street singer. But then you have Lucas's rock-solid internal mindset. Every big stage starts somewhere. You have to fiercely protect your dream from outside negativity. Lucas doesn't argue with the guy. He just reframes that humble street corner as step 1 of a much larger staircase. Moving on to Section 2, Honesty Creates Opportunity. Here is where Lucas's character gets seriously tested. After a performance, he finds this clearly expensive handbag left behind. Ben rightly points out the obvious elephant in the room. They are poor, and they desperately need the cash inside it. The temptation is right there, staring them in the face. But Lucas makes the hard, honest choice and returns it untouched. And in this massive twist of fate, the owner happens to be Emma Brooks, a hugely famous music producer. Emma's reaction reveals a really profound truth. She says, talent is everywhere. Honesty is rare. While raw skills might get your foot in the door, deep-seated integrity is the ultimate differentiator. Honesty isn't just a moral good in this context, it's a strategic asset. It's the very trait that unlocks massive unexpected opportunities. Because of his honesty, Emma doesn't just toss him a cash reward, she immediately offers him an audition. He didn't just show her he could sing, he showed her exactly who he was as a human being. So Emma steps into the role of mentor, and she doesn't just hand him a record deal on a silver platter. No way. She puts him through a rigorous gauntlet: vocal training, songwriting, stage performance, and confidence building. But Emma's most vital lesson to Lucas during all this grueling work isn't technical at all. She reminds him that music isn't about achieving robotic perfection, it's about touching human hearts. And frankly, that is a vital takeaway for literally any skill you are trying to master. Section 3. Choosing respect over fame. Now, Lucas faces a major conflict when he crosses paths with a rather dishonest music manager named Victor Kane. Victor represents the modern shortcut, right? He tells Lucas to just lip sync, fake some dramatic backstory, and embrace the drama for instant fame. But when offered this easy way out, Lucas flatly refuses. He tells a very angry Victor that earning respect matters far, far more than manufacturing a fake image. Authenticity becomes his uncopyable competitive moat. He chooses the long, genuine road over the cheap, synthetic shortcut. And you know what? That authenticity pays off big time. During his very first small concert, things definitely do not go perfectly. His best friend Ben accidentally drops his guitar pick and awkwardly pretends to keep playing while frantically searching for it on stage. The audience actually starts laughing out loud. But Lucas, he stays entirely focused. He keeps singing, grounding the performance, and magically turns a potentially embarrassing, funny mishap into an absolute triumph. He proved his total commitment to the craft, no matter what chaos was happening around him. Section 4. Overcoming the copycats. As Lucas's popularity really starts to surge, a famous singer outright steals his unique song style. The internet and his fans erupt into these fierce, heated debates, comparing the two. It is the perfect trap to get dragged into a useless online drama. But Lucas's response is an absolute masterclass in mindset. He says, "They can copy my style, they can't copy my heart." Instead of getting bitter or defensive, Lucas remains perfectly calm. He channels all that nervous energy into writing brand new, original songs, completely outclassing the copycat and watching his global fan base explode as a result. When we zoom out and look at the big picture, we see the humble beginnings of day one busking on that street corner. Then the pivotal moment weeks later of returning the bag and getting the audition. Months later, weathering the storm of his first imperfect concert. And finally, years later, arriving at the status of a global superstar. It perfectly maps out how overnight success is, almost without fail, years in the making. And here is the undeniable proof of that entire journey. A massive magazine headline reading, "Former street musician tops global charts." Lucas becomes a total international sensation. But more importantly, this moment completely validates the advice given to him early on by his grandmother Rose. She always told him that while talent is a wonderful gift, it is relentless hard work that actually makes that talent shine. And well, he proved her absolutely right.
Section 5, Success is inspiring others.
So, when a reporter finally asks him for the ultimate secret to his massive success, Lucas gives an answer that redefines his whole journey. "I never sang for fame. I sang to give people hope." He explains that fame was just a byproduct. It was never the actual goal. Service, connection, and hope, those were his true drivers. And guys, when your fuel is bigger than your own ego, your endurance becomes practically limitless. And he doesn't just say this for good PR. He backs it up with action. Lucas uses his newfound resources to open free music schools, focusing specifically on underprivileged kids who are exactly where he used to be. He anchors his success by reaching back down the ladder to help others climb up. It's his beautiful full-circle move that brings tears of absolute pride to his grandmother Rose's eyes, prompting her to say, "You turned songs into dreams." Lucas's journey leaves us with a definitive blueprint for meaningful success. First, authenticity is your greatest moat. Always stay true to yourself. Second, talent requires the friction of hard work to actually ignite. Third, pursue your passion relentlessly. And finally, true success is a closed loop. It is only finalized when you use it to inspire others. The narrative ends with Lucas returning to his old street corner and telling a young boy with a guitar to sing because his heart has something to say, not just to get famous. So I'm going to leave you with this final challenge for your own journey. Don't pursue fame. Why are you pursuing your dream? What does your heart actually have to say? Figure that out and you found your very own blueprint. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.